violence against what gender-based violence. And today was doing something a little different. We do not have a guest in the studio, but we have 16 days of powerful conversations. We've had 16 days of powerful conversations, strong voices, and bold commitments to revisit. Over the last few days, we have spoken to organizations, activists, lawyers, educators, and innovators who are doing the real work on the streets, online, in classrooms, in communities to end violence against women and girls in Nigeria. Today's show is a full recap of everything we've done from day one up until today, day nine, who we've spoken to, what stood out, and how their work is shaping the fight against violence. On day one, the 25th of November, we had Chisom Akwe from Baobab for Women's Human Rights. She set the tone for this year's campaign. She walked us through Baobab's long-standing work in providing legal support for women and training communities on human rights. She emphasized the fact that violence doesn't start with physical abuse, it starts with silence, it starts with culture, with harmful norms, and she called for stronger community-based education. On day two, we had Barrister Gladys Emmanuel from Tabitha Empowerment Center. She helped us understand the legal realities survivors face when seeking justice. She talked about the gaps in reporting, the slow legal process, and the need for trained first trained female first responders. Her strong message was empowerment must come before rescue. And that message really stuck with a lot of listeners. On the 27th, day three, we had Hawao Kangiwa, who spoke passionately about grassroots education. She highlighted how harmful cultural ideologies still shape the mindset of young boys and girls. Our initiatives, school outreach programs have helped hundreds of teenagers unlearn gender stereotypes before they solidify. Day four, we had Josephine Chukuma from Project Alert with over 2 decades in the fight against GBV. She brought depth, she shared insights from running shelters to providing counseling and their 24-hour hotline. She reminded us that economic dependency remains one of the biggest traps keeping women in abusive relationships. Then on day five, on the 29th of November, we had Irene Igomo from DEAI. She focused on youth inclusion and how young people must be part of advocacy. She explained how her organization uses social clubs, school ambassadors, and community campaigns to bring more voices into the conversation. On day six, which was the 30th of November, we had Giyo from Paradigm Initiative, who we explored the we explored safety in digital safety and how online abuse, harassment, stalking, deepfake, cyberbullying has become a real danger for women. Paradigm Initiative gave practical tools for online protection and highlighted the growing need for digital rights literacy. For day seven, we had Favor OJ from Voice of Climate Action. Favor linked climate change and gender-based violence, explaining how women in vulnerable communities face increased risks during displacements. A message was clear. Climate justice is incomplete without addressing the safety of women and girls. For our day eight, we had Blessing Energy from 3D Tech Girls Initiative. Blessing shared how technology can empower young girls and give them an alternative path, pardon me, and alternative path, skills that build confidence and reduce vulnerability. As STEM programs are helping girls find their voices in tech, in leadership, and innovation. On day nine, we had Ada Unduka Oyom from She Code Africa. She emphasized community driven empowerment. She talked about how mentorship, coding skills, safe spaces can change the course of a young girl's future. Her follow up plans with us remain ongoing. Day 10, um, that was on the 4th of December. We had Nimi AI. We acknowledged the day as a strategic pause to reflect on the conversation so far and the great work of WFM. On day 11, which was the 5th of December, Stand to End Rape, STIR. STIR provided data. And then we moved, so sorry about the network today. And then we moved to day 12, mental aware Nigeria initiative. Manny helped us understand how GBV and mental health intersects. They explained how trauma, shame, and stigma keep many survivors isolated, and how mental health services Next up, we had day 13, 7th of December, rapper. So women's rights advancements and protection alternative spoke about legal frameworks and policy inclusion. That's what they spoke about, policy advocacy. They highlighted the successes in pushing gender-friendly laws and the work still left to be done in states yet to domesticate the FAP Act. On day 14, we had Jessica Eni, who spoke on the role of tech communities in preventing online abuse and creating inclusion for women. She highlighted how tech training improves confidence and how knowledge reduces vulnerability. Hmm. So those are the days that we've had so far. Tomorrow is the final day of our 16 days of activism. You want to stay with